Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Whoops, hold on. Uh-oh, you just went away.
Lost you for a second.
Well, it's just like has a big thing that's saying this meeting is being recorded. Okay, maybe I just have to accept. Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Perfect. Perfect. I love the llama in the background.
So very cute.
It's very cute. It's very cute. Excellent. So congratulations on returning this. I mean, it's so exciting. I mean, I've been like, you were my favorite growing up. I have to. I'm sure you get that every single day of your life, but like, oh my God.
Lay it on me. That's what it's been so crazy. I'll let you finish your intro, but no, I appreciate it, regardless of how many times I hear it.
Absolutely. No, I mean, you were absolutely my favorite person. So it's an honor to speak with you. And I'm so excited to see you back in the ring. Like, I'm so excited for Elimination Chamber. So
I am too. Yeah.
But why now? Like, why was this the right time to make this return?
It really mirrors everything about my career. So from the day I debuted, I wasn't supposed to debut. Like, there was no plan in place. It was like Christian was hurt or doing something else. And they're like, throw those two kids out there. And we're like, great, cool. Like, here we go. And then when I walked out of the Royal Rumble, Johnny Ace followed me out and said, hey, what do you think about challenging Becky? You know, and I was like, and so it's just kind of felt, and there wasn't like this long prep for it. There wasn't this big grandiose plan that was set up for the perfect timing. It was just like, yeah, you want to do this? It's in a couple weeks. And I'm like, yeah, like, no, no time to overthink it. Like, that's how I work best. Like, not overthinking things, going with my gut. Like, I felt excited when I got the question posed to me, like, go with that answer. Don't think about everything that could possibly go wrong. Focus on the opportunity that's here.
Oh, absolutely. And it's honestly, we keep saying that, but it is so exciting. But do you feel ready for it? Because obviously you weren't preparing to come back. This wasn't like months of training. So how are you preparing right now?
So, I mean, fortunately, I had some heads up going into the Rumble. So I had already been training to be in the match, which is a little bit different because it's multi-person. There's like, extraneous rules as opposed to, your standard set of moves, but already training, like doing my wind sprints, doing time in the ring, feeling comfortable and going, oh yeah, I remember how to do this, like getting that feeling back already. And then having these times in between my Raw tapings, coming back home, been working with a local indie promotion here. They've been so welcoming, just like open door policy. I just go in there and there's a lot of time that's just like, just sitting in the ring makes you feel like, it makes you think like a wrestler again. So I've just been hanging out over there and reminding myself that I'm a wrestler, but I'm good. I've convinced myself and I feel the right amount of nerves and the right amount of confidence.
No, absolutely. I think every single person that I've heard comment on you coming back is just how natural it feels. It doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel rusty. It just feels like this is where you're supposed to be. So, like,
yeah, and also who knew this is where I was supposed to be? Like, because I wasn't thinking like that.
No, yeah, but I mean, so we know there's the riding a bicycle aspect of it, but how does it feel different, with that time away from it, coming back to it? Like, what does it make you reflect on that maybe you didn't when you were, in the middle of that zone for years and years?
It feels better. It feels better because I feel like I'm a grounded person that stepped away, like, and because I don't like eat, sleep, and breathe wrestling and everything in my life just depends on the ring, it's able to give perspective and think clearer and go, do your best. Like, your best has worked before. Like, what to do, but like, it's just giving me this really grounded approach. And then it's like, okay, sink into what do that training, do that, but approach it just being really grounded and going with the opportunity. It's like, just go with it and put your best foot forward.
Absolutely. I mean, do you regret not coming back before? Like, does it feel like, have you been thinking like, what was taking me so long? Or is it really, do you think you needed that time?
I've never thought about that because I enjoy my life. So I enjoyed it then, I'm enjoying it now, but I am surprised at how natural it all feels and how happy. And it's also combined with pandemic life being like extra, just kind of in a little like closed off section of the world, and then kind of just, so it's also like this emerging out into the world, but then also the world that I've been a part of for so much of my adult life. The timing of that is also very serendipitous for me.
Absolutely. I mean, how do you feel that you are a different person now?
I think that when you're active, there are so many voices in your head, whether it's, producers or fans or or the media, like getting at you and putting doubt in your head. And so you're constantly fighting that vicious cycle of wanting to be good enough and also wanting to be better each week. But when I step away, it's like I can just reflect on the good parts of my career, the accolades I have, and just feel like really accomplished and good at that. And so to step away, live my own life and go, okay, there is life outside of wrestling. I didn't know that, because when I'm there, that's all I'm thinking about. And so it doesn't feel as almost like desperate, if that's like a term to think, because when you're fighting for that championship actively, full-time competitor, that's where your eye should be on that prize. You should be chasing that, right? Because you want to be at the top of your game. But so too, this almost feels like a why not kind of thing, as opposed to like, my life will be over if this doesn't happen. And I think just being able to approach it with that also goes, I just might be able to pull this off.
No, I think absolutely you could. And I think we're excited to see that. Absolutely. But okay, how different is it? Because you haven't been away from, it's not like you've been, hunkered in like, I don't know, like the bunker that some wrestlers go to when they step away from WWE. Like you've been you've been there backstage, you've been there in front of the camera, like you've been a huge part of WWE television since you stepped away, here and there. But how different are your conversations with an entire generation of women that grew up wanting to be you and now, have a chance to do it themselves? Like how are the conversations different now that you're back in the ring with them? Like what are the sorts of pieces of advice that you're able to give each other, maybe?
Oh, it's so great. Like it's so cool, because so, they're so gracious, and so many of the current superstars telling me how I inspired them coming up. But then I'm the one that needs a little extra confidence and support, having stepped away. And so, they're there at right before I go out of the curtain, or when I come back, and they're like, how you feeling? Are you good? I'm excited to watch your segment. And then coming back and being like, that was awesome. Like you hit that moonsault like you never left, and they're inspiring me to just as much, hopefully, as I was able to inspire them to set them on their journey. So it feels like a real honor that I did that, but also they're paying me back, right now and at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, things are a bit different with Becky right now, but how has your relationship been with Becky before this? I mean, what were the conversations that you guys had over the years? And I'm sure she's someone that just have picked your brain immensely, because she's such a huge student of the game.
Yeah. And my relationship with her was, I saw that when you first get up there to the main roster, and it's so much bigger than NXT is, or the independents, from wherever you came from. And there's a million people that have different opinions, and they're all giving you different advice, which really gets in your head, because you're like, I offend this legend or this person or this producer, or like, how do I do that? And so I felt like my role with her was like, you have it in you, like go with your gut 100% of the time. Don't doubt, like don't let the doubt creep in. So when I saw the man catch fire, I was the biggest cheerleader. I was like, this is who I saw. This is who I saw the day I met you. Like, this is where you need to be, and then, so just thinking like of the firsts that I was able to do in my generation, to be like, this is like just propelling. Like I was the first rung, and she's like the next 8 rungs on that ladder. Like it gave me so much joy to see somebody just explode and be that top superstar.
No, absolutely. And I think I have always kind of linked you two in my mind because, you know, growing up, I wasn't being like, oh, look at this great women's wrestler. I'm just like, this is the coolest person. Who is this Lita? This is like, I want to be as cool as her. Like, it wasn't, there's nothing, you know, gendered about it. It's just like being a great professional wrestler, being a great sports entertainer, you know, that. And so I think that's something that you both really share. And what makes it so exciting about watching guys, you know, go head to head at Elimination Chamber. So what does it mean for you to come over here to the region and be able to show this part of the world, this art form?
Oh, I'm so excited. I love new experiences in life. So I never thought I would be able to go to that region of the world, and then and to go like as a guest, you know, not just somebody who's going to have a backpack and just wander around but so to go as a guest and then to be part of something that's so culturally important, where there's so much female representation on this show. The first time we're having this huge Elimination Chamber match over there, it just feels so like, how is this my life? I just feel so honored really to be a part of it. And I did just get news that Becky and I are the first women on a billboard over there,
really?
being advertised for the event. And so it's just like, it just keeps getting, like, I was excited from the second they said, would you want to challenge Becky to, but it's like, it's just keeps getting more exciting and I'm like, how is this real life? This is just, I feel so honored to be a part of it.
No, it's wonderful. And I think, you know, there's so many things bandied about this part of the world and about Saudi Arabia, but I think when you go and you interact with Saudis, there's a spirit there right now that is really like unlike anything else in the world. Like, people are experiencing new things, the country's opening up, young women are having opportunities they never had before. And it's really beautiful to watch. You're really going to enjoy your time there. Absolutely. I think you're going to absolutely love it.
Speaking to the women that have been able to wrestle over there, and they've said it's a really powerful experience because of, you see in the eyes of the women that are there watching, that they never thought they would be able to see two powerful women go at it and be at an event like this. And so just to like keep that progress, like I'm so honored.
No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And okay, so this is a bit of a controversial question, but I will try to make it as uncontroversial as possible, because you did turn down an offer to go somewhere else and wanted to come back to WWE. Like, why? Can you walk me through that decision? Like, why were other places not the right place to be and this the right place for you to be?
Yeah, I mean, so AEW is doing exciting stuff, and it's like has new life in the industry, and anytime there's competition, it's good, right? It revives the industry, whatever that is. And so when they reached out to me, I did consider it. You know, I was like, well, we can talk. I'm interested. Like, you guys are doing some interesting stuff, but ultimately, upon talking to them, it just made me go, but I have all of these things already, like with my home that I've known for 20 years, with the people that I've worked with for 20 years. And so basically I gave them my blessing. I was like, I will watch you and I support you and I want you guys to do great, but this just doesn't feel like the right fit for me right now.
Absolutely. Okay. And final question, because we have to wrap. How longer do you see yourself being in the ring? Is this a one and done, or is there a future down the line?
I don't know. And I like that I don't know. So I don't have any I'm just worried about Elimination Chamber right now. And then after Elimination Chamber, we'll go from there. And that's how I like it.
All right. As one of your, decades long fans, I hope to see you back in the ring for a long time. So we'll see where things take you, but I hope to see it.
Cool. Thanks so much for your time. It was nice talking to you.
You as well.